A CEO, a supermarket, and a little girl's innocent question. For Ethan Carlisle, this was supposed to be just another routine business trip. But that evening, a single sentence he overheard in the supermarket aisles would completely change his perspective on life and business. Could power and wealth truly solve everything, or did real change begin with a simple touch? Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more inspiring stories like this. Thank you for watching. In Brighton City, a modern metropolis where skyscrapers pierced the clouds and lights turned night into day, lived a man named Ethan Carlisle. He was the CEO of Carlisle Supermarkets. Though known for his wealth and power, his greatest belief in the business world was the power of human connection. Ethan didn't measure success solely by profitability. He firmly believed in stepping into the field to truly understand the real feelings and expectations of his employees and customers. That's why he often left the comfort of his luxurious office, disguising his identity to visit his own stores. He would walk through the aisles, stand in checkout lines, and even chat with store clerks. For him, business wasn't just about managing, it was about experiencing it firsthand. On a crisp autumn evening, as the cool wind swept through the streets, Ethan Carlisle made his way to the flagship Carlisle supermarket on Main Street. In the dim glow of the city lights, the store's glass windows reflected the vibrant shelves inside, bustling with activity. His outfit was simple and inconspicuous, a baseball cap pulled low over his forehead, a pair of ordinary sunglasses. No one should recognize him. As he stepped inside, he adjusted his hoodie slightly and took in the familiar scent of the store. He wandered quietly through the aisles, observing the shelves and watching how employees interacted with customers. He took in every detail, learning, understanding. Occasionally he noticed a customer searching for a product and, with a warm smile, stepped in to help. Some responded with a polite thank you, while others barely spared him a glance, assuming he was just another store worker. But for Ethan, being seen wasn't the point, feeling was. This was the best way to truly understand how his store operated, what customers loved, and what they found lacking. To be on the ground, to see from within, to truly listen. As he reached the dairy aisle, Ethan witnessed a heartwarming scene that caught his attention. A young mother and her little daughter stood in front of the shelves. The little girl, Ellie, clutched her mother's hand tightly, her curious eyes scanning the surroundings. Her mother, Sarah, skimmed through her shopping list while carefully comparing different milk brands, thoughtfully considering the best choice. Ellie, looking slightly restless, rose onto her tiptoes, peeking over her mother's shoulder to glance around the store. That's when her eyes met Ethan's. A sudden, cheerful smile lit up her face. Instinctively, Ethan returned the gesture, offering a small nod in greeting. The pure warmth in Ellie's bright eyes made Ethan momentarily forget his responsibilities, the relentless competition of the business world. In that fleeting moment, he wasn't a CEO, just another shopper, enjoying the simple yet profound beauty of the present. As Ethan observed the process of choosing milk through the eyes of a child, a question suddenly made him pause. Ellie's soft yet curious voice echoed in the quiet aisle. "Mom, why can some people buy so much food while we can only get a few things?" Ethan noticed Sarah's hand tremble slightly as she reached for a carton on the shelf. She didn't answer right away. Her eyes moved over the shopping list, but her mind was clearly elsewhere, carefully searching for the right words. Ellie's innocent curiosity struck Ethan deeply. The fact that a child had to ask such a question was the purest reflection of how unevenly life's opportunities were distributed. As a CEO, he was used to dealing with financial reports, growth strategies, and investments. But now he was standing face to face with the human side of it all. Silently, he waited for the mother's response. Because sometimes the questions carried more weight than the answers. Sarah gently ran her fingers through her daughter's soft hair, taking a deep breath as she fought back tears. Little Ellie's innocent yet weighty question had etched itself into her heart. "Sweetheart," she said, steadying her voice to keep it from shaking. "Everyone's situation is different. Right now, we're learning to be happy with what we have." Ellie studied her mother's face carefully, as if sensing the hidden sadness behind her words. She placed her small hands in Sarah's palms and gave a slight nod, not because she fully understood, but because she was trying to. Ethan felt the fragility of this moment. As a CEO, he spent his days focused on financial strategies and expansion plans, but here, between the supermarket shelves, he was face to face with life's raw reality. Beyond profits and balance sheets, this was what truly mattered. The way people fought to protect their loved ones, the way they tried to explain the world to a child. As Ellie's tiny fingers squeezed her mother's hands, Ethan couldn't ignore the familiar feeling rising within him. He had to do something. Ethan was deeply moved by this raw, heartfelt moment. Ellie's innocent question, Sarah's trembling voice, everything seemed to seep into his soul. He had spent his entire life in the business world, always thinking in terms of data, numbers, and strategies. But the reality standing before him now was far too big to fit into any spreadsheet. As a CEO, he had made countless decisions, but none felt as important as the one forming in his heart at that moment. He couldn't hold back the tears. Something stirred inside him, an emotion he hadn't felt in a long time. This wasn't just about a simple grocery run. It was a silent reflection of people's daily struggle to get by. And right then he made a decision. He would launch a new initiative to support customers in his stores. He wouldn't just be a businessman focused on profits, he would be a leader who truly made a difference in people's lives. The store shelves might be full, but too many shopping bags remained empty. He was going to change that. Ethan took one last look at Sarah and Ellie before walking forward under the store's bright lights, lost in thought. This was just the beginning. Ethan strode through the store aisles with newfound determination, taking a steady breath. He adjusted his disguise, pulling his cap lower, turning up the collar of his jacket, to keep his identity hidden. This wasn't just a business decision, it was a step guided by his heart. When he found the store manager, his voice was stronger than ever. "We're launching a new initiative," he declared firmly. He called it the Help Card, a program designed to provide discounts and support to families in need, making it easier for them to afford essential groceries. This wasn't just a helping hand, it was a message of dignity and support. The manager looked at him, both surprised and excited, while Ethan's mind replayed the scene he had just witnessed, Ellie's innocent curiosity, Sarah's quiet struggle. This wasn't just about one family. It was about the countless people who faced the same hardships every day. After wrapping up his conversation, Ethan quietly made his way to the checkout, ensuring no one noticed him. A few moments later, every item in Sarah and Ellie's cart was discreetly paid for. When they realized it, the cashier simply offered them a warm smile and a small nod. "Looks like today is your lucky day." Sarah glanced around in disbelief, her eyes welling up with emotion. Ellie, too young to understand the magic behind it all, still noticed the relief on her mother's face and beamed with joy. Ethan watched from a distance, witnessing the impact of his small gesture. Mission accomplished. As they walked out of the store, smiling, he took a deep breath. This was just the beginning. Now he was truly making a difference. That day marked a turning point for Ethan Carlisle. He was no longer just a CEO. Beyond numbers, profitability, and strategies, he had become someone who truly touched people's lives. He was part of a community. Little Ellie's innocent smile, the gratitude in her mother's eyes, reminded him of a truth he had nearly forgotten. Sometimes the biggest changes start with the smallest gestures. That day Ethan did more than just run a supermarket chain. He lightened a mother's burden, planted a seed of hope in a child's heart. It was a small act, but it made a real difference. And for the first time he realized that true success wasn't found in growth charts, it was found in the impact made on people's lives. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more inspiring stories like this. Thank you for watching.